One thing that you see as you're driving in the boat or out here in Lake of the Woods is there's this shoreline, and then there's this sort of line of trees, and then there's things happening between the trees. And I was thinking Miles Davis, he said, I never think of the notes, I think of the space between the notes. The trees don't have to be brown and the forest doesn't have to be green. It can be whatever color you want to make it in order to get that kind of symphony that you want of vertical patterns going and lights coming through. Well, I consider myself just about the most fortunate person on earth. My life's worked out very well for me, and particularly because I'm here on Treaty Island. Treaty Island's on Lake of the Woods. We have, 14,000 charted islands and many, many that are not charted. We're a sailing lake, so there's lots of beautiful sailboats. We're definitely a boating lake. There's boats all over. And I've lived here since 1971. All of my adult life is spent here in the summers. It's been the major influence in my life. And if anybody who looks at my paintings can see that this sense of nature, this sense of permanence, this comes from this place on Treaty Island. So, a lot of people just think, well, you just pick up the paintbrush and you go. Well, that doesn't work. I always say, like if you go to the grocery store without a list, which I did this morning, you come home with a bunch of really fabulous stuff, but you forget the cat food and the eggs that you went for. If you spend the time planning the thing out, checking the values, is there a path through the painting? Where's the focal point? Am I really talking about my concept here? Is the concept coming through? Spend the time doing that, and it's a very pleasant way to spend some time. Then your painting, as they say, you start it and it just takes right off, and away you go. So I do show my work at the Kenora market, and I really enjoy that because I get a lot of back and forth from people talking about the work, and of course visit with people that I haven't seen for a long time. And that's a really important thing to find out how people like your work, think about your work, and make contacts. From back here, well, it's got to hold together as a composition for one thing, and the other thing, it's got to grab you. It's got to say, well, come and look at me. There could be, in a gallery, there's hundreds of paintings. Why would anybody go look at yours? So many people ask me, how long did it take you to do this? I get that all the time. And I always say, about 70 years, which is what I am. Because everything you've ever done in your life, every influence you've ever had, every person you've ever spoken to, and you put all those together into your unique form, and then there's the painting.